Yeah. How we doing, guys?
Good. You start by talking about Leighton Vander Esch's status for the rest of the season and what it looks like ahead for him in January.
Yeah, Leighton got the examination again today, and we're going to put Leighton on injured reserve. He's going to have a minor surgery to address the issue he has in his neck. We do anticipate a full recovery, but he's not going to be able to play at any point this season.
Can you give an update on Suafilo?
Yeah, Suafilo's having surgery right now, a broken bone in his lower leg, and he too will go on IR.
Your thoughts on Leighton's season? Obviously a little shorter than what you expected.
I'm sorry, Leighton?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leighton did a really good job, and he was healthy. He's a good football player, and I thought he continued to grow from his experience last year. Obviously did a lot of great things for us as a rookie, and we feel like he got better. Unfortunately, he hasn't played as much as we would have liked, and has been dealing with this neck injury, and we're going to do the right thing by him. This is the right thing for his career, and we do believe he'll be back healthy and ready to play again at a very high level.
I know you were saying that his symptoms were abating and he was feeling better. It's just a recognition that there's a congenital issue here, or this is something that needs to be addressed, or it could reoccur?
I don't want to speak to the specifics of it because I'm not the expert on it, but I do know that after they got the examination today, this is the direction they wanted to go in, and everybody feels good about his ability to come back and play well at a high level in the future.
Fair to assume Joe Looney would be your left guard going forward for?
Yeah, that's the initial move that we would make. We do believe we got to get another offensive lineman in here, though.
What was it like having to wait last night longer after suffering through the loss and then waiting for the plane to be ready? Kind of salt in the wound a little?
Yeah, obviously you'd like to get on the bus, get to the plane, and get home as fast as you can, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Our pilot, Captain Bill, did a hell of a job getting it right, and Tammy Walker was incredible, and those guys were really good. They made the whole thing happen as quickly as possible, and I think we flew home quicker than we probably normally would, so we made up some time in the air.
Did you have to change anything today because you got a little bit later than what you expected in terms of your schedule today, or no?
No, in terms of coaches, the players were going to be off and working on their own today, coming in to lift and run and watch the tape on their own. We as coaches, our schedule was fairly normal.
Talked a little last night about what your message will be, but can you go into that a little bit more? Just the approach this week and what you tell these guys when it's such an unusual situation.
Yeah, the biggest thing we have to do is control what we can control, and what we can control is our preparation to go play our best game on Sunday. We can't worry about the stuff that's out of our control. We have to make sure we take care of our part, and it starts with getting your mind right, putting this last game behind us, and getting your mind and spirit right to prepare the right way on Wednesday.
When you look at your record, what does that say about your team? When you look at your overall record this year.
That we played 15, we've won 7 and lost 8. That's really what it is. And the biggest thing we're trying to do is focus on what we can do now. And again, we have to put this last game behind us. You have to learn from it. There were some good things in there. We have to build on that. We got to clean up the other stuff. But we got to get our eyes forward to this challenge we have on Sunday.
How surprising have the inconsistencies been week to week, game to game, and even within a game? For you guys knowing what you or believe what you have on your roster?
Yeah, the best teams are consistent. The best teams are consistent from week to week. Their best teams are consistent over the course of a game. That's what makes them good teams. And at times we played at a high level this year, and we have been consistent. Other times we have not, which I guess is the definition of season-long inconsistency. And so we have to do a better job of that. Within the game yesterday, there were some good things in all 3 phases. It certainly wasn't good enough. There were some other areas that we just didn't do a good enough job in all 3 phases as well. And that's what you're always striving for, to play at a high level, playing and play out, series in, series out, week in and week out. And we didn't do a good enough job of that yesterday. Got to learn from it, move on, and get ready for this next one.
Patterns emerge over a season, and it turns out all 8 of these losses you've been behind at half. Is it? I know each game is unfolded differently, but what does that say about where you are and how you're responding, or is it sometimes just getting in too big of a hole early before you respond?
Yeah, it's important to start fast in games, and that's a point of emphasis for us every week. It's important to be good on first and second down. That's what allows you to be better on third down. So it's important to be good in the early part of the down. That's what allows you to be in position at the later part of the down. So those are points of emphasis we make every single day. And like we talked, at times this year we did a good job starting in games. The first time we played Philadelphia, we did a very good job starting in the game. In this game that we played last night, we did not do as good a job. They did a good job driving the ball at the outset, going down and getting some points. We didn't convert a third manageable on our drive, and they went down and they drove it again. So we ran our fourth play on offense, and we're down 10-0. So I do think we did a good job from that point on. We settled down on defense. We made some stops. We made it a 10-3 game, a 10-6 game at halftime. We're driving coming out in the third quarter. So I think the response has been good. The competitive spirit's been good. The fight's been good. But you need to play the game for 60 minutes. And 60 minutes means from the start, in the middle, and then finishing up. And when we've done that, we've been a pretty good football team. When we haven't, we haven't played as well.
You've invested a lot in your line, and obviously in Zeke, the 2 3rd-and-1 calls. Can you discuss why neither time he got the ball? And it was the first time, that instance where he needed to come out after taking a hit on his 8-yard run.
I mean, the option play to
Yes.
Pollard. Yeah, Zeke made a good run on the first down play. I think he made 8 yards, and when he came down, he hit the back of his head on the ground, so he had to come out. So we put TP in there, and we got into that 3rd-and-1 situation, and based on the look we were getting, we got to a play that's been good for us, and unfortunately we didn't execute it there. I think the other one you're referring to was the one that we threw to Amari. It was a longer one. It wasn't, 3rd-and-1 can be 3rd and an inch, and it can be 3rd and almost 2 yards, as we all know. So that was a little bit of a longer one, and we went with the play that we thought was going to be pretty good. Move the pocket. It's been a good play for us in the past, and unfortunately we weren't able to hook up on it.
Why run? Dak's got a bad shoulder. Why run the option with him?
Again, it's a play that, based on the look we get, has been favorable for us. It's not really so much of a run for him. It's an opportunity to get the ball out on the edge based on how they're going to play him.
Zeke, you said Zeke hit the back of his head on the ground. Was he checked for a concussion?
I don't know that. I know he had to come out. And, Zeke played a lot of snaps in the game. He played hard. He played well. And in that instance, he just needed a little break.
When you look back on anything you can pinpoint on the offensive inconsistency yesterday, was it just inability to convert more 3rd downs was the major issue, or were over the course of the game?
Yeah, I think ultimately it comes down to that. You got to be able to keep drives alive. I thought we had some manageable 3rd downs that we didn't convert. Some 1s, some 3s, some 4s, but we also had some longer ones. So that's a reflection of not doing a good enough job on 1st and 2nd down. So, oftentimes 3rd down's a reflection of what you're doing on early downs. When we play our best offensive football, we make some 1st downs on 1st and 2nd down. You stay out of some of those 3rd down situations. So, I think it was a combination of those things. Maybe it was a minus play. We ran a screen on the 2nd drive, and we lost 2 yards on it. So now an incomplete. Now we're in a 3rd and 12 situation. So, a combination of those things, not converting the manageable ones, the ones that we need to make, and then getting ourselves behind the sticks by not being efficient enough on 1st and 2nd down.
We asked you about it after the game, the 4th and 8 with no Amari or Cobb on. What have been the discussions today about having either guy on the field for the biggest play of the game?
Yeah, again, like we talked about last night, we got to a play that we used 12 personnel with, and 12 personnel is 1 back, 2 tight ends. The tight ends are going to be Witten and Jarwin, and 2 receivers. Gallup was one of them, and turned out that Tavon Austin was the other one on that particular play. And you have 5 eligible receivers on plays, and the ball can go a lot of different places based on the look you get. We got a good matchup outside to MG, and unfortunately we weren't able to convert the play.
So Jason, who's ultimately responsible for the play call and the rotation of the receivers in that particular situation?
Yeah, when we're in a 2-minute type situation like that, the receivers are going to rotate in and out. Amari caught 2 or 3 balls on that drive, I think. Randall, made a couple big plays on that drive as well. So Tavon had a great chance, one on a 9 route early. Unfortunately, we missed the throw. That would have tied the game for us. So each of those guys is going to play based on what they've done. And Amari had been on the earlier route. He ran it on the play before, ran a 7 route on our boundary. So gave Tavon a chance to go in there for him. Ultimately, Kellen was calling the play, the personnel group for the play and the call that he has, and that's what we went with.
Did y'all get any indication at any point in the game of frustration on Amari's part at just, his performance or the offense's performance?
Yeah, again, we probably weren't as efficient in the passing game. He got a lot of targets in the game. We gave him a lot of opportunities to do different things, ran a variety of routes, and they did a good job. There were some plays that he made, but there were some opportunities that we had. We had a 3rd down opportunity on our sideline that we weren't able to convert, a ball that he probably could have had for us, and a couple other instances where we went to him, and they did a good job defending him.
What do you attribute the number of drops to yesterday's game?
Hard to know. Obviously, good football players, reliable players. We missed a few throws. We missed a couple catch opportunities that we could have had, and overall, that impacted the efficiency of our passing attack.
Is that concentration, or is that considering were guys pressing too much?
Yeah, hard to make a blanket statement about that. Different guys had some drops in the game. A couple times we had some opportunities that we probably should have made, just simply throwing and catching. And those guys would be the first one to tell you that.
Marcus made a comment after the game about the challenge of talent always having direction. What to you has been the key to maximizing your talent's direction in the season when things have gone well?
I'm not following it completely. Can you?
He mentioned that because I guess he was asked after the game. With the reporter had said, y'all seemed like a more talented team, but the Eagles won. And DeMarcus said, yes, but talent without direction is nothing at all. So we need to make sure for Week 17 we have this talent going forward. So what to you is the most important key to keeping everyone on the same page?
Well, I think just that, understanding that we have to be on the same page, and that's a challenge that every team in the National Football League has on every snap. Making sure 11 guys are working together, communicating, understanding what we're doing versus the different looks that the opposing offense or defense or special teams unit is providing. We communicate the right way, and everybody is on the same page, understanding what their job is on that particular play. And that's the beauty of football. It's an 11-man sport, but it's everybody having a job to do on that play and making sure we're doing it together, and that's when we play our best football.
Linebacker yesterday took Joe Thomas out. It looked like with his knee he was unable to get out on a play. And can you talk about that and why you took him out, and then how Malcolm Smith did an extended look?
Yeah, Joe wasn't able to practice very much last week, so he was trying to get through the ball game. I thought he did a fine job. That one particular play was a big play they had, I think, on their second drive, the swing route to their sidelines. They made an explosive pass on that, and so Joe was just trying his best to work through it. And we brought Malcolm in for a reason. We felt like he had a good week of practice. He could come in and help us and did a good job in the game.
How would you assess Cheeto's efforts yesterday?
Probably at the outset of the game, didn't play as well as he needed to. That's why we gave Jordan a chance to go in there and play as an outside corner, and then we put Cheeto back in there in some of the nickel situations when Jordan worked inside, and I think he settled down a little bit, but certainly at the outset of the game didn't play as well as we needed him to.
Was it his lack of aggression in the run defense or covering the receiver for Cheeto?
He just seemed like he was involved in a couple of the plays where they had success, both in the run game and the pass game.
Going forward, is Cheeto staying on the nickel or Jordan with the base?
Yeah, I haven't made any determinations on any of that stuff right now.
How was Dak's shoulder today? Any word from him? I know players are off, but I know he came in for treatment.
Yeah, I saw him, and obviously it's sore. He's getting treatment, and he's going to have to continue to get treatment day by day this week to get himself ready to play.
Do you anticipate him to be able to practice more this week than last week?
We'll see. He's got to certainly work his way through the week.
As you look back on it, he said it didn't affect him, but as you looked at certain throws that he had made before the injury that he wasn't able to make yesterday, do you think the shoulder was affecting it?
Yeah, you have to ask him that question. I know he played hard. I know he played tough. I know he made some big plays for us, both in the running the ball and also making some throws for us. And again, unfortunately, we weren't as efficient as we needed to be in the passing game, and everybody has a part of that.
How do you wonder if guys are still going to be all in, checked in for a game like this week?
Yeah, they better be. We believe we built the kind of team where guys will lock in and do what they need to do to practice the right way and to prepare the right way so we can go play the right way on Sunday. It's a great opportunity for our team.
You've always been big with your team focusing in the moment, but is there any sort of distraction when you have the other NFC East game going at the same time?
I think the biggest thing that we have to do is really focus on the moment. We can't worry about what anybody else is doing. We have to make sure we control what we can control, and that'll be a huge point of emphasis for us this week. That's always something we emphasize, but certainly big this week. We have to take care of our business, and whatever else happens is up to somebody else.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Jason.
Good to see you guys.
You too.